What women really do on girls' trips.
You know your ass was gonna be fucking up on me. Why the fuck you came back to me?
Blessings to you all. You know, it's funny. As our society and our culture begins to erode and decline more and more, a new phenomenon has sprouted up in the last few years. The phenomenon of the girl trip.
Please answer that. Please answer that. Please. Please answer that. If you know you're gonna still be fucking with the nigga you left, why the fuck did you come back, bitch? Why did you come back? Why did you come back? Why did you come back and waste my fucking time?
Woo, now that brother is going through it. You know, trust is a huge part of relationships. And trust was hard enough back in the day when there was a level of respect that people had for themselves, for their relationships, and respect for other people's relationship. But in today's culture, where people have no problem sleeping with somebody else's husband, sleeping with somebody else's wife, I can understand why the idea of a girl's trip would bother most men, because there's no boundaries anymore.
To go on a trip with my girlfriends, then you don't need to be with me.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It ain't about
a guy should not pick you if you're willing to go on girls trips.
But that's what's gonna happen.
If I haven't showed you that I was faithful this entire time, that a girls trip is gonna be the determining factor, peace out.
Men care about loyalty. Once again, for 300,000 years, we couldn't even know if the baby was ours.
Why you come to Miami for? This is why you come to Miami. This is why you come to Miami.
This is how boys.
What? You think I'm still got your name tatted on me? I got your name tatted on me.
Look, you gotta stop, all right? Relax. Nobody told you to get my name tatted on you. Now you look stupid with my name tatted on your back. Relax. Come inside. Because he's not leaving and you're not leaving either.
Now, why would you tattoo a woman's name on your body, branding yourself like a damn cow? You know what I'm saying? That's probably why she cheated on you. She probably said to herself, what type of a loser would tattoo my name on his body? Like, she looked at you like, this guy will do anything I say, which immediately turned her off. And that's probably why she's messed around and cheated on you. I guarantee you, the guy she cheated on you with would never tattoo her name on his body. That's probably what turned her on about him, because he probably put boundaries up and she probably respected him as a man.
I went on a girls trip with a few friends to Jamaica. We just went to go have fun, get away, and I ended up having a little bit too much fun. I ended up having a one-night stand with somebody who worked at the resort, and obviously didn't use protection, came home, and ended up getting really, really sick about a week after I got home. I was in and out of the hospital. They had a hard time finding what was going on because HIV doesn't show up in your blood that quick. And so they finally did a spinal tap. They found HIV in my system, and the rest is history. And here I am.
Now that's real. That's real. And I hope she didn't pass it on to her man when she returned. But these are the real life consequences when we kind of lose ourselves in the moment and do something. You don't realize that what you're doing has real life consequences that can affect your life now and for the rest of your life. It can also affect your partner too. And, you know, you go to a lot of these resorts, man. I used to hear all the time that these guys who work at the resorts, the people who do the entertainment, the bartender, the wait staff, the bellhops, man, those guys, they sleep with a lot of the women that come through, especially internationally. I've heard from a few people I know that, yeah, there was this one guy who was a waiter on one of those cruise ships, those Caribbean cruise ships. And I heard from a friend said this guy used to slay all these women that used to go through there. And it's a real thing. You know, there's a difference. You know, I think that there's different types of cheating. I think there's like intentional cheating. Like, I'm going out, I found somebody, I like them, and I'm going to make it happen. And then I also think sometimes it's kind of situational, where maybe you weren't planning on doing it, but you were put in a situation where it kind of happened. You know what I mean? Not to say it's right, but, you know, sometimes it's intentional, you're seeking it, and sometimes you're just put in a situation where it kind of arises. And if you didn't put yourself in that situation, it wouldn't have happened. So you get a whole gaggle of women going on some Caribbean cruise, and the music's playing and the drinks are flying. You're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble.
Story time. I went on my first girls trip, what I thought was a girls trip. This girl that I've known forever was like, hey, pay for your hotel room, pay for your flight, let's go. Cool, let's do it. I go, fly on a plane, get there. She picks me up in some dude's car. She said there was a friend that was going to be there, but he was just going to kind of, not really be around us a whole lot. Just kind of hang out, say hi. No! She used me as an alibi to cheat on her husband. They shared a room. He was there the entire time. I was the third wheel. It was so awkward. I even said something to her about it, and it just went right over her head. She didn't care. I ended up coming home early. And I told her husband.
Round of applause. Good for her. That husband didn't deserve that. And that showed you what a horrible friend your friend was to put you in that situation. Now, I imagine they're friends. She knew that woman's husband. So now you're putting me in a position now where I gotta lie to this guy. This guy's been nothing but kind to me, and now I gotta lie. And every time I see him, I gotta, I know something he doesn't know. That's really a bad position to put your friend in, and a true friend wouldn't put you in that position. So kudos to her for telling the husband. Good for you. You should have done it, and I'm glad you did it.
All right, what everybody's been waiting for, what happened with the husband. So he friend requested me the day after I came back, and then he sent me a message and said, hey, is there anything that you need to tell me? I didn't respond. I wasn't sure what to say or how to approach it quite yet. I had therapy the next day. Everyone should go to therapy. It's great. And I was talking about it, and I told her that, I really want to tell him, but I wasn't sure. And she said, can't tell you what to do, but I really think that you probably should. Because like I said in my last video, I would want someone to tell me. So I messaged him and I said, can I call you? He gave me his number. I called him. I told him everything that I knew, that she had said someone was going to be there. But I was not aware that it was going to be someone she was going to be sharing a room with. I did not expect to hear about their escapades that they had all weekend, watching them hold hands, kiss, snuggle, all of it. Like, I literally saw all of it. What she didn't know was that I had taken pictures. I mean, I had taken pictures over the course of the weekend. And so I actually was able to show those to the husband and show him proof that, like, yes, this has happened. Because when he confronted her, she said completely different people's names. That's not who it was. Like, me and I was there. That's not who it was. So after I told him everything, gave him the proof, he called me this morning, and we ended up talking for a little bit more about everything, kind of diving a little bit deeper into her lies and what exactly had gone on. And she told him it was a mistake.
Well, hopefully that guy divorced her, and if they have any children together, I suggest you get a DNA test. Because some of these women are scandalous, man. And when you confront them, they stick to their lies. Like, a man would just say, all right, I did it. But women, boy, they will stick to that lie, and then they'll victimize themselves. They'll say that, well, I did it because you weren't giving me any attention. Somehow it's your fault. But, that's sad and kind of scary. The amount of precision and planning and just deceit she had in that lie, even sending him out on a trip with his boys, which gave her an excuse to go out with her girls. And unfortunately, she didn't know that she had a friend that actually had a certain amount of ethics and probably lived by the motto of, if this happened to me, I would hope somebody is honest enough to tell me what's going on. So again, kudos to her for putting her morals and her character above some type of friendship. I put friendship in quotes because, like I said, if she was truly your friend, she wouldn't have put her in that position in the first place. But yeah, girls trips, man. Be careful with those girls trips because you don't know where they're going and what's happening on them. But thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.